there is a simple shift that allows for the sense of being a thinker to dissolve effortlessly. Now, we can first acknowledge that, of course, we never actually find a thinker in our experience. You can look for however long you like and wherever you like, but you will never encounter some kind of entity, a someone or something that is thinking the thoughts. But despite that being so, we still very much have the sense of being the one who is thinking the thoughts. And that experience can be quite unpleasant depending on what kinds of thoughts are appearing. So whenever we are having that sense of being the thinker, what is essentially happening is that there is a kind of fixation that latches onto the thought. There is a mental construction appearing, and this grasping, this holding onto it. What co-arises with that movement of fixation is the sense of being the one who is fixating on the thought. In other words, the sense of being the thinker of the thought. So, to dissolve that sense of being the thinker, we're going to shift into what we could call soft eyes. Our usual mode of looking is through that of selective, fixated attention, where there is the sense of attention going out towards the object and sometimes becoming fixated on it. So instead of using this way of looking, we are going to relax into having soft eyes. What does that mean? Well, we simply allow the visual field to relax and expand. There's a sense of having a kind of panoramic field of view. And then we simply drop the effort and we're resting here in this simple presence of being. Right now there's nowhere to go, nothing to figure out. Just this. Being here requires no effort whatsoever. Just sitting in this simple, open, awake presence. And thoughts are allowed to be here. We're not becoming fixated on thoughts, but nor are we trying to get away from thoughts or trying to dissociate away from them. A thought arises, and it's just that. A bit of language, an image, arising in this awake openness and dissolving in it. There's nothing to do with the thought. It's just here, and then it's gone. It's always in the process of dissolving. Now, as we are resting in the simple presence, it is obvious that there isn't someone who's creating those thoughts, who's having those thoughts. Thoughts are simply here, like the sounds in the background arising, so too thoughts are simply arising here and then dissolving here. This isn't something that needs to be maintained. It is simply uncontrived, natural, awake openness. Whenever we feel that sense of latching onto some kind of mental construction, we again just soften the eyes, drop the effort, relax, rest easy. So, thoughts are here, and it's no big deal. There isn't even someone or something that needs to be dissolved right now. Just this. Right here, right now. Now, what is fascinating to notice here is that despite not being fixated on thought, it is not like we are unaware of the content of our thoughts. So, if a thought has some kind of useful information, that can be acted upon. But there is never a reason to become mesmerized, to become hooked and seemingly thrown around by being the one who's thinking the thought. It's just here. There's natural awareness of it. Sometimes there is something to be done, and other times there isn't. It never gets more complicated than this. Just always in this simple appreciation of this. Enjoying this awake, effortless openness, where nothing is missing.